And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
This review is going up on April 3rd. 2 days ago was April 1st, April Fool's Day, which is always kind of a pain in the neck because you're never quite sure when a new game is announced that game is, legitimate or not. So when I first heard that Batman Love Letter was coming out, a form of the original Love Letter, I thought that was a joke. It was not a joke, and in fact, it has been released. Love Letter, the Batman Edition. Okay, well, Love Letter is an incredibly popular game in which there have been many versions made of it. I believe there's a Hobbit version, an L5R version, there's a wedding version, and I'm sure many more to come because, hey, let's keep milking this cow for all it's worth. This has a small minor rules change. Let's take a look at it. If you've never played Love Letter before, let me show you how the game works. First, we have the Batman card, which there's the most of these in the game. There's 5 Batman cards, and when you discard a Batman card, you just name any other card besides Batman. So I could say, Z, I think you have Harley Quinn, and if he did have Harley Quinn, he's out of the game, and I get one of these tokens, of which you need 7 to win. So you can do that. You can't say someone has Batman, and you can guess that someone has Robin, but if you do guess that someone has Robin and they're out of the game, you don't get a point because, well, Robin's supposed to be helping you, I think. We already talked about Catwoman and Bane. Then we have Robin, who, if he's in front of you, you can ignore all effects from other player cards. He's a defensive card to play. Ivy here, you can choose another player to discard their hand and draw a new card. So you make someone get rid of the card they have in their hand. Two-Face, you can trade hands with somebody else. Harley Quinn, if you have this card and either Two-Face or Poison Ivy in your hand, you have to get rid of Harley Quinn. She has to be the one to be discarded. And then the Joker, if you ever discard this card for any reason, you're automatically out of the round. Now, this is going to go around. Players are going to be doing this until either all players but one has been eliminated, in which case that player gets a Batman token, or until all the cards have been drawn from the pile. When that happens, players will then reveal their cards, and whoever has the highest number wins that round and gets a token. So the Joker is a great card to have because you will win at the end of the game, but if you ever have to discard it for any reason, you're out of the game. If someone plays a Batman card and guesses that you have the Joker card, you're out of the game, so you have to be very cautious. Then once that happens, you will take the card back that you took out, mix them all together, do the same thing over and over again until one player has 7 of these tokens, and that player is the winner. Now, I said that this game was based on Love Letter. You can see here, for example, that the cards have a different design and different size, but they are pretty much the exact same. The change from Love Letter is in Love Letter you didn't get a token when you knock someone out of the game. So in this game, we see that the Joker is the princess, and the Handmaiden is our good friend Robin, and the cards pretty much match up exactly. Now, I love Batman. Not enough to write him a love letter, but I think that the theme of Batman is cool, and it actually works in this game. As you're playing the cards and going back and forth and trying to capture different criminals, it's a small theme, and the rules change that they made here where when you knock someone out, you get a token is good. It actually speeds the game up considerably, makes it go quickly, and it's fun and fast, and this is a very simple game. But the name here, I don't understand why it wasn't called Batman something else, kapow, and then in small font, a love letter game, because the words love letter make no sense. And if you've never heard of this game or you're looking at it for the first time, you might wonder why it's called Love Letter, and that's simply because the original game was about getting a love letter to the princess. Here, the love letter makes no sense at all, other than that it's the same game, just with a different title. But I can imagine someone walking in a store and seeing Love Letter Batman, and the jokes that are made with the Joker, Batman's Dear Joker, long have I beheld your beautiful visage, and you make my heart beat with, whatever. It's odd, and the jokes are there, but I don't know. It's just a very strange thing, and I think it's silly. That being said, The game is solid. It's very easy to play. It's a filler type game. You can knock this out. You don't have to play to 7. You can play to a different number if you're in a hurry. It's fun guessing what other people has. There's certainly an element of luck, but there's also an element of bluffing. When you say you have a higher card than somebody else and you actually only have a 5, but you're pretty sure they have a 2, someone else sees you do that and they're like, oh, he must have the Joker if they're comparing high cards. So then they say you have the Joker, but then they're wrong. And so there's some back and forth to this. And if I can only keep one of these, then I'm keeping the Batman version because I like Batman better than passing a love letter around. At the same time, I'm going to probably spend a good chunk of my future life explaining to people why love letter is on here. But whatever. It's a great game. That minor rules change. If you already own love letter, there's no reason to get this one unless you like the theme better like me, because you can, just implement that rule with the old one if you wanted to. But anyhow, there you have it. Batman and his dearest Poochie, Joker. Dice Tower Judgment. I love it.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door.